and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca and it is time to get some of my diamond painting done. So you may see I have a new diamond painting on the board today. In fact, I actually can't remember if the kitting up for this has gone up yet. No, the kitting up for this is going up on Sunday because breakdown, old painting, kit up, new painting makes more sense, or at least it does in my little head. So this is the kitting up of this is going up on Sunday, but it is WIP and Waffle time with a diamond painting, and I don't have any paint gems kitted up, so I thought, why not let you see what I'm working on already. So we are going to work on this one. This is Spaceman. I don't know if it's actually called Spaceman. I call it Spaceman from Dreamer Designs. And as I say, the kitting up for it will be coming up on Sunday. But I have done some. I actually did a full strip all the way across. It's 60 centimetres, I think. I did a full strip. I think it was one evening. Oh no, maybe I did a couple of pieces and then I ended up doing the full strip. Anyway, I've done one full bit across the bottom, and then the other evening I did peel back 2 sheets and I did the black in that section. So we are now on to a little bit more colour, though it's still a very dark painting. But I have gone through a full pot of 310 already. And I'm using the big pots as well, these bigger tubs. So yeah, I've gone through a full 310. But yeah, it's time to get some more on and get chatting to you all. I'm using my gold and white tray, which was a limited edition a while back, and I'm using my pen from Lathe Works. It's just what took my fancy the first day I started diamond painting this one, so I'm just going with the flow. This is my tray and pen that I've sat with the diamond painting ever since. I have brought out my little rolling cart to hold my diamonds on, which works well for the likes of a WIP and Waffle. Actually, I can probably get away with zooming you in a bit more. I can't scoot over. I can scoot over a little bit actually, but not too much more. My easel hits the side and my painting's hanging off my easel. But yeah, I have brought out my little rolling cart. I still need to set it up. I think I'm going to set up my little rolling cart with all my grab to diamond painting goodies, so that when I am filming I can bring the cart out with me and I'll have access to everything I potentially will need. So that will take some stuff off the shelf, but I am more than sure I will find stuff to fill that instead because I always can. But yeah, I'm filming this on a Thursday before it goes up on the Friday. My plan was to film yesterday, so when you watch my vlog for next week, you'll see that I had all the plans in the world to dedicate 2 to 3 days to YouTube, depending on if my sister-in-law comes tomorrow, which I'm earmarking that she may do, but if she doesn't, then I'll be YouTubing. But Megan was in yesterday afternoon. She's currently on half term. Her boyfriend also has the week off, so I didn't expect to see her, to be honest, but she turned up yesterday afternoon, and that scuppered my plans for filming, which is all good. And then today I've spent all morning packing orders, which I am ever so grateful for. But yeah, I've spent this morning packing orders. We've had an influx over the last few days. And yeah, I'm finally getting to sit down and get my WIP and Waffle filmed. And then I think I'm going to try and film my last unboxing video that I need to film, which will get scheduled over the next few months. But I don't think I'm going to get to anything else. But that's okay. I will try and fit in more YouTube next week. Advent, I am finally down to single digits that need to go out. Single digit orders that need to leave, add more zest and get on their way, which I wasn't sure if I was going to get to anytime soon, because yesterday I added more advent orders to the pile than I was able to ship out yesterday. So again, ever so grateful, more than grateful. But yeah, I am driving towards clearing all orders and hopefully having some advent ready. I need to basically do another batch of them, which if my sister-in-law comes tomorrow, we'll get started on that. But yeah, I need to start getting another batch ready, so that I can hopefully get to that point. But yeah, it's ticking over. I cannot believe it is nearly November. I don't know where this year's gone, really. I don't know where October's gone for sure. September just disappeared on me. Well and truly disappeared. And August was fleeting, to be fair. So yeah, I don't know where the year's gone, but it's all good. It's all good to be busy. And I have been chipping away at some other tasks I want to get done, which is good. Small ones that I can sort of try and achieve. Had some good phone calls yesterday, which always makes me feel a bit more productive. It's also raining here, but it's not yet at downpour state, so hopefully it won't get to that. Rain on the roof, I can imagine, may make a difference to sound. But are we done with that? We are. Let me get my new colour and we will start going through comments and things. I don't have a hugely specific time for this WIP and Waffle. I'm just going to see how I get on with this section. However, I do need to possibly pack up another advent or two, because the printers are working while I am. So I need to make sure I leave time for that. All orders are packed for today. They took me all morning, and I even got an early start this morning. I woke up early this morning, so I moved everything on my list that I do in a morning an hour earlier. So I started the orders an hour earlier than when I normally do, and they took me 3 times as long. But as I say, it is definitely all good. Right, let me just see if I can shuffle a little bit and get this laptop just a little bit closer, because I don't need my glasses for detailed work, but I do for distance. So I need my laptop close enough that I can read without my glasses on. Because my glasses on when diamond painting is not needed. But Ellie, she says, hi Rebecca. She says, thanks for the video. She said she thinks as a newish subscriber, she says she doesn't mind how/where I record. Oh, will you stick? How/where I record installments. She says she does understand some not liking change though, which is true. And I actually prefer having the overhead back again. So it can, normal service can resume, and hopefully everybody can be happy that things can be seen clearer again, because I think it's much clearer the way it is done now with the overhead. Even though this one is on a slight angle, I find that it's still got a good view, and it used to have an angle when I did it in the craft room as well. I'd have this diamond painting on an easel. I'd just have my heaven and earth design one flat. But I always work on chart ones flat. Even chart to art, I work on those flat as well. It's just a different kind of setup. But she says she's excited about tonight's launch. That tells you how old this comment is. She said she misses Christmas. Oh, she says she misses Christmas with her mum. She said she always made it so special. She says, and growing up, she says we didn't have brand new things like bikes. She says, but they were new to us. She says, and I didn't know any different. And loved everything. She said she can even remember one birthday she got a canvas bag with Tweety Pie on it, and she couldn't have been happier. She said she can't imagine a child today being happy with that. She says she loved as a grown-up if mum put a little stocking together. She said it meant the world. And she said she can't remember now what else I talked about. She says as she was in a world of her own, thinking of Christmases past. She says she remembers saying that I go to my sister-in-law's for Christmas. She says that must be magical. She also says, she says her Advent arrived today. She says, and it is all wrapped up. She said she's definitely saving it until December the 1st. Everybody is doing so well with Advent, ensuring that they are saving it, which is so good. But yeah, we always go to my sister-in-law's. Well, it used to be my mother-in-law's, but now it's my sister-in-law's for Christmas. She puts on an amazing spread. We're now also going Christmas Eve. So we have decided what to do for gifts as a family. We actually decided when we went out for the evening for my sister-in-law's birthday. We made the decision on behalf of the rest of the family while we were there. But we enjoyed bingo, but we felt it went on too long last year and didn't get to play other games as much. So instead of us each purchasing a prize for a line and a prize for a house, we are just purchasing one bingo prize, £5 or less, and we're going to play bingo on Christmas Eve. So we could potentially do some more Christmas Day if we wanted, or we do like to play what we call Irish bingo, where everybody stands up, and if your number is called out that's on your ticket, you sit down. Last person standing wins a prize. So that's always a quicker game if we need to get through some of our prizes. But yeah, we're going to play bingo Christmas Eve and get a takeaway. And then Christmas dinner will be at my sister-in-law's, and we're doing Secret Santa. So names have been drawn. And yeah, we just need to purchase something for one person. They've got the option of leaving sort of a wish list if they want, which can make things a little bit easier. And yeah, it's just all about fun more than anything else. I've started a bit of Christmas shopping. My great nephews, I've got their birthday presents or Christmas presents, but I haven't got both. They've both got birthdays around Christmas, so still need to do a little bit more shopping for them and a bit more shopping for my kids. But yeah, I've started getting some bits. I've got a few things for each of them. In fact, Megan's turning out to be my hardest at the moment to purchase for. So I might have to see if she can give me some ideas. And I've got a load here that I could have multi-placed and I have completely missed. But that's okay. We'll just single place our life away for a bit. Nellie, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she knows that it is a change for me, she says, and for all of us. So this is the very weird view that I had before I got this overhead mount. But she says it's nice that I have a lot more light and room for me to move about in. And yes, I do enjoy that aspect of it. Though I will say, so far, this stand, since I put it up last week, has not moved. Well, actually, no, it has moved, but it hasn't been taken down. So I've left it up because I have a load of videos that I want to be able to film and get them all ready before the December event starts. So yeah, I've left it up because I've tried to film most days, though it doesn't always happen. I did move it at the weekend, and it did move and just sat on my craft table in my craft room. So it just sat there completely up. But I'm hoping once I've got these kitting up videos and things that I need to get done ready, that I will take it down and then put it up for the WIP and Waffle when there's like a week's gap rather than a day or two gap. But yeah, we shall see how that goes, because it'll be the December event soon enough, and then it'll be up because I'll be doing a WIP and Waffle a day anyway. So we'll see if I get to take it down before Christmas. But hey, I know it can transport into my craft room. So maybe I think I might just need to do that a little bit more. So maybe after I've finished filming today, I will just move it into my craft room and try and get in the habit of at least moving it, even if I don't take it down. But yeah, I've ended up spending so much time sat here editing videos and things, trying to get things ready, that my laptop's just sat in between it all anyway. Barbara says she got hers 2 days ago, and she said it's so hard not to open them. She says she's in the USA. I'm surprised I've not had more people tell me they've opened their Advent, to be honest. So far I've had one who was planning on doing it anyway. So yeah, they were planning before it even arrived to open it, but I've not yet heard of anybody else that has caved. My Advent calendar, my quilting Advent calendar that I got, I have stashed underneath my craft desk. So I've put that away underneath so I don't see it every time I walk into my craft room. And yeah, so far I'm being really good, though I have trained myself, because for a lot of diamond paintings and the like, I stopped unboxing them so that I could do videos unboxing them. So I have become pretty good at ignoring a package when I know what's in it. So yeah, long may that continue, and I can have that joy at the beginning of December along with everybody else. But of course I know what's in our advent, so I'll be opening that too. Okay, so many blues. Oh look, see, I've missed 2 pluses up there as well. I've just spotted, but hey, we will grab them later. Kim, she says, don't you hate it when hubby talks common sense? Yes, it's not expected, and frankly I don't think it should be allowed. But she says, tell him she's in total agreement with him and would hate to miss her weekly whip and waffle. Yes, Steph, it's true, and I did feel so much better for still filming the whip and waffle, even if things were like mini crazy. But yeah, I think it helped that he did mention it, and then I sort of was like, yeah, what you're saying makes sense. But then when it came to the next morning, things are never as bad or as dire as they feel the evening before anyway. So it definitely made it easier to do. And yeah, I really enjoy the whip and waffles. It's just sometimes time just flies away from me. And especially now, like today, getting the orders ready. Today I was like, oh, am I going to have to put the filming off till tomorrow? And I was like, no, I can't even put it off till later on in the evening because the lighting, clocks have changed here. So yeah, the lights, they're just gone. It is gone by probably about 5 o'clock at the moment, though I feel like it's not going to take long until it's dark at 4:30. And then yeah, somebody did say it's about 2 months until it starts getting lighter again, and frankly I can't wait. I also can't wait for this rain and drizzle to disappear, because that's annoying too. Right, let's get some fiddly colours done. So first up, I'm going to get these 2 that I missed up in the top corner. Get those 2 in. Get away with cheats of tipping them into the lid. And then I want to fill in the rest of these. So this is probably too many for just tipping in the lid normally. But compared to the section I've uncovered, it looks a small amount. So I'm just going to do it anyway. And look, the exact amount of diamonds that were already the right way up without me having to shake them. And then I've got 3 of number 6. So if I can find where that one's... Oh, I've just dropped my pen for ABs on the floor. I knocked it off my case. That can live there now until I need it. Okay, now I'm happy. That little section is done and I can go back to working on this one. And I think I'm actually going to do the flowers first. They're not the most far left, but they are jumping out at me. Kim also says, she does agree. She says that I am very, very busy. She says, and she can imagine me spinning round and round chasing your to-do list all about the workshop. Yes, I definitely was this morning. I had, it was it was all right once the calm sort of happened, but I had, of course, cover paper to cut for orders that was in quite a few different sizes. I also had Advent cover paper as well, which needs a completely different size. So yeah, there was quite a few different sizes, but then in orders with the cover paper was logbooks, book of lists, logbook inserts, paint gem, stickers of various different degrees for spare storage. So yeah, there was like everything that potentially needed gets prepared for the order. All different types of them were all in that one. And then I've had 2 pouches, 2 Add More Zest pouches ready in the drawer for a couple of weeks, because sometimes the pouches fly out the door and other times they sit there for a while. It's one of those items that is a little bit hit and miss, which is fine. You know, there's something that once you've got one, it tends to last. So I've had 2 in the drawer for a while, not felt the need to restock them. They've not been on my urgent list. Today's orders contained 3 of them. So they suddenly became my urgent list. So yeah, I had all of that this morning, and then I think at one point I was like, right, you are pulling yourself here, there and everywhere. Get one order in your hand and get everything done for that one order. Get it boxed up, get it in a mail bag, and then do the next one. Just to try and stop myself from setting printers off to do certain things and trying to get all orders. It was just like, nope, stop. But yeah, like sometimes I absolutely thrive off organised chaos. And then every now and then it becomes a little bit too chaotic and a little bit less organised. And I just have to reel things back like today and go, okay, one at a time. You've got plenty of time. You know, I started earlier than normal. This is all even before I even considered getting lunch. Like, it was nowhere near lunchtime. It was like, you have plenty of time to do all of these. And I did. I got them all done before lunch. So I had plenty of time to do what I needed to. But yeah, sometimes it does feel as though I'm doing a bit of this and a bit of that and a bit of the other. And there's often times I have to say to myself, okay, multitasking is not working for you today. It is a hinder more than it is a help. So, pause. Amazing how many lovely purples there are in this though, mixed in with the blues. And then there's some hot pink as well. A crafty Erin, she says she placed her tray order today. She says she's very excited to get them in, and they should hopefully be with you already. But she says, thank you for everything that you do. Oh, thank you so much. You're so welcome. I hope they are with you now and you are enjoying them. Yeah, and getting loads of diamond painting done, because that's the idea. The trays make us smile as well, but so does the diamond painting. Right, 8:20. Let's get these Ys done. Oh, apologies. I need to turn the sound off on this computer. I've got emails and then I've got Shopify, which I don't personally use, but it's telling me, oh, this Christmas present you ordered is being shipped. This is being shipped. It's like, okay. I've actually got one of the orders is actually coming from the States, from a small business in the States. And that's what it's just told me is being shipped. So I'm guessing as I'm filming this, she's doing her morning of packing orders, keeping herself busy. Liv says good news to Melissa, which, yes, is so true. Melissa's done amazing. Candice, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she just wanted to give me a quick update on her university. She said she is 3 weeks away, she says, from graduation. I thought she was going to say 3 weeks in then. 3 weeks away from graduation. That's amazing. It's so weird that all mine are no more uni days. With my lot all done. She says she's so very excited for it. I can imagine. She says she's also slightly nervous. Go with the excited. Just embrace the excited. Let it out. Maybe it'll calm the nerves. But it's such an achievement and it'll be so, so good when it's done. She says the reason being she is epileptic and she is praying that she can stay seizure free on her trip to Florida for her graduation day. She said her medicine needs adjusting. She says so that's why she's hoping everything stays okay during her trip. Well, I am wishing you all the best from over here. But yeah, just let your emotions play out, because maybe bottling them up will especially do you more harm than good. So just let that smile flow. Let the grin happen. Be excited. And yeah, if you need to go and find a hill to shout from, then do that too, because it's amazing news. Mooney Wobbles, she says, Rebecca, she says you pronounce that famous word wrong. She says arthritis. She says not arthritis. Yeah, I probably did. You probably get, there's the odd word that I think I just get stuck in my head how it's said and can't change it. She says it made her giggle, she says, because that is so Australian. She says she enjoyed the video, she says, and she received her order last week. She says, but she missed hearing her order number. She says, never mind. She says she knows how hard I work anyway. She says, and it's very much appreciated. Yeah, I did the launch vlog a little bit different this time, and I didn't actually shout out every order number and show every order number. Tried to do something a little bit different, though. I think people like seeing their order packed, so maybe I need to bring that back for the next launch. It's always good to try something new, but sometimes if it doesn't work out, then we just go back. A bit like with the overhead camera. Didn't work out not using it, so we now have it back. Just in a different way. And maybe I do the same with the vlogs around launch and bring them back just in a slightly different way. Little Sue Crafts, she says, just her thoughts. She says she prefers the old angle on the Heaven and Earth design. She says where she can see the canvas and the tablet easier. She says, but she likes the angle when I'm working on an easel. She says she's off work this week. She says the Scotland schools are off, so she is planning on finishing her Diamond Art Club jack-o'-lantern time, and she's going to get a head start on her Christmas diamond painting for this year. I did wonder whether to kit up one of my Christmas diamond paintings, but then while I was pulling out the craft room stuff, this one popped up, and I thought it would look good against hubby's desk when I paint in here, which I'm nowhere near doing yet. I haven't even bought the paint, but when I do it, maybe it will be done before this is done. Maybe it'll be done after this is done. Time will tell how long it takes me. I did think it wouldn't take me that long when I did pretty much a full section in one evening, though I was up late. I got the bug. And then I have a few days where I haven't touched it. So I'm like, okay, maybe not. But she says both kids, she says, have asked for one. The Diamond Art Club Meowie Christmas and Diamond Art Club from Santa. She says, plus she wants one for herself. Awesome. So now you get to do 3 diamond paintings, or are the kids going to do their own? If you do have kids that enjoy doing it and will sit there and do it, it's absolutely great, because it's just an excuse to have me time with the kids, but also do something you thoroughly enjoy. It's better than going standing in a freezing playground, that's for sure. Right, where's my 3 dots? Oh, they're an AB. So let me do the other one first. The other one that's around it first. And then I need to get up and get my pen that I threw on the floor. But yeah, there's just a scattering of ABs in this so far. I've only had a few in a couple of places, but I will say I do quite like... No, I put that in the wrong place. Hang on. It's because I'm thinking of the AB symbol. So let me scoot that one over and let me scoot that one up. There we go. Sometimes it's easier to slide them than to try and find my tweezers to be able to prise them out. But let me grab my pen. Here we go. It is a very stubby one, this one. I probably could do with... trying to like sharpen it a little bit, you know, like you would do a woodworking pencil. Just use a little box cutter. But every time I go to use it, I think that, but every time I go to use it, it still works. So, stubby pen it is. We shall stick with that. Right, dash symbol. Bountiful Bunny. She says, hi Rebecca. She says, we are fairly new to your channel. She says they've only been watching for about a month. She says, but you are now a key part of their daily diamond painting sessions. I love that. Just in time for more videos to start coming out as well. I've got like 4 scheduled a week after my busy time and cutting it down to 2. I've now got 4 penciled in. I say penciled in. 4 from now until the beginning of December. And then I've got 1 a day in December. So I can well and truly keep you company for a while. She says, but we love your videos, but in particular, kitting up and de-kitting videos, of which there's a few of those as well. Said they're yet to buy anything from the shop as they are watching their pennies, but they have put some bits on their Christmas list. Oh, bless you. Well, yeah, if you are watching pennies, then you do what you need to do. It's not in everybody's budget, but hopefully somebody will treat you to something off your Christmas list if it's in their budget. But that's from Holly and Abby. Oh, thank you so much for commenting, Holly and Abby, and I hope you are enjoying today's daily diamond painting session. Something I need to do a bit more, I think, is try and make sure that I do some per day. Because even if I just do 10 minutes, I love it. And I often end up doing more. It's just sometimes I just don't get round to doing it in the first place. That's my problem. But yeah, I really should do more. Okay, let me get that in there. Blossom Chops, she says she's not finding the washing machine noise intrusive. So we're up to my last paint gem, WIP and Waffle. So 2 weeks ago from today's, it would have been. She says on her setup, she said it's just a gentle shushing sound. Oh, that's good. Because it tends to have worked out. So at the moment, you may get, it's cold, it's wet, and in the UK especially so. So washing, just no, it is not going outside now until spring. That is for sure. In a household full of 6, it is a mission to keep on top of washing, and I was extremely behind on washing. I dedicated a good chunk of time, or at least a good chunk of focus, should I say, more focus, to get through the backlog of washing that we had, by basically constantly checking it. And switching things around and, putting more loads on whenever I had space. I had 4 maidens up at one point. 3 of them being in our bedroom, which made it a little bit of a sideways jiggle dance to go to bed at night. But I got through the washing, and I got down to just having the sort of standard 2 maidens, because our 3rd backup maiden is one of the big long IKEA ones, so it's sort of the equivalent of 2 maidens even though it's only 1. So yeah, I've now got it down to that IKEA maiden is folded up. I've got 2 normal tall ones. I don't need to do a little jig every time I go to bed now to get round to my side of the bed. But in turn, it does mean I do 2 to 3 loads of washing, depending on what's in the washing, on a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday. And yeah, I always try and do my WIP and Waffle on a Wednesday, is the plan. So I am kind of glad that the washing machine noise is not, or is at least sort of cut out by the editing software a bit. Because yeah, Wednesday is one of the days that I do washing, and I'm trying to stick to that routine, so that, because it's so hard in the winter, if you don't keep on top of it, it can be so hard to get it dry. But then when it comes to summer, I end up waiting, and I'm okay if the washing piles up a little bit if we're having a damp spell, because as soon as it becomes sunny again, I just get loads done. But then I have to get out of that habit again when it comes to winter, and that's my problem. So yeah, I'm happy that the washing machine sound is not too bad, so hopefully I can keep trying to film on a Wednesday, even if my washing machine's going. Oh, Jess liked the angle when I did the paint gem. She said she can see the canvas closer, which is good. Ellie, she says, hi Rebecca. She says, oh, and Catherine. Catherine was sat in the background when I filmed this one. She says, and let's not forget Luna, who is currently asleep on the poof bag. So she's currently having a nice big fat nap while I do this WIP and Waffle, which is good. And my Amazon that is due is hopefully not going to turn up while I'm filming this. But we shall see. The one item I actually wanted to turn up, and wanted it to turn up before 1, they're now saying I might get it in the next 3 days. Let's hope. But anyway, I digress. She says she can only hear the washer slightly. She says it's not interfering with her enjoyment. She says she thinks in this day and age, she says that I should be able to record on multiple cameras so she can pick any angle that we want. She says that's a joke, so please laugh. That is a potential though that would be entertaining. I've still got my old camera. So technically, I possibly could set up my old camera. Whether I would have any space for myself to actually move though, would be questionable. Because I already feel like I sort of have to trap everything around my easel. Actually having my mini cart today is the first day I've pulled it out, is actually a really big help. Okay, some of these symbols on here are so similar. It takes me a minute to figure out where they are. But I'm actually going to do these AB ones first because they're a little bit easier to see, she says. And then I can just ram in the other diamonds around it. Or at least that's the hope. Because some of these need clicking in. And I'm actually using my fingers to do it. She says she guesses everyone is different, she says, as to what they do while watching/listening to you. She says so she can understand it not suiting everyone. And that is true. And you never quite know what people are up to while they've got YouTube on until you change something and it affects what they're doing. I know some people, it depends on what video as to whether they have it on in the background or not. But I can also understand, because there are some videos that I watch that I'm like, no, I need to pay attention to this one. I need to see. Right, I'm just doing a little tilt of my canvas just to confirm that I didn't miss any. And so far, I don't think I did, which is good. So let's pop my AB pen away. I'm just going to do those 2 number 9s. If I can find number 9. Is it tucked under the table? No, it's there. It was just one of the beginning numbers, just to confuse me. So let's bob those in, and then I can do all the number 7s and not have to worry. Yeah, she also says, great news with the recent launch. She says she hasn't placed her order yet, she says, but she hopefully will over the weekend. She says she hopes the post in Canada is sorted soon, which it now is. Whoop, whoop. So amazing. It's like there was one thing after another this year. First with the EU regulations, then with the American tariffs, and then with Canada Post being on strike. It was like, will you all just pack it in? Whatever it is you're doing, stop messing. She says she knows it must be very frustrating for everyone. She says, and thanks for the company. Yeah, I can't imagine how much of a frustration it must be for the Canadians, especially because they went through exactly the same thing last year. Though I think it was closer to Christmas. So like Advents had got where they were supposed to be going. But any, sort of Christmas shopping sort of time, it went into a strike then as well. And if you either haven't got the shops local or haven't got the ability to go to the shops wherever they may be, yeah, I can imagine it affected quite a fair few people for Christmas, which is just gutting. Whether the reason they're striking is valid or not, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but that doesn't stop it affecting some people more than others. And yeah, throwing a bit of a spanner in their works for sure. But yeah, if you're in Canada, just get your Christmas shopping done now and early and get it just sorted. But Christine, she says, hi, Rebecca and Zesties. She says she really appreciates her IKEA now. She says theirs is only 11 kilometres away. She says, as for Canada, she says maybe the Zesties should promote AMZ to make sure Rebecca has a reason to upgrade the post. She says that would be a win-win. Yeah, basically I was trying to see if I could send via Parcel Force, was my idea originally, to try and use that courier because it was easier. But I was also dubious about sending via courier because their admin charges for customs are higher. So it can end up costing more. So it was a bit of an in-between. So yeah, I'm very glad that I was able to send Canada Post, though they do seem to be having I say customs, it's GST, good sales tax. They do seem to be having a clampdown at the moment though. And catching a lot of parcels coming in. She says she has a couple of Diamond Art Club pens, she says, and she's not that happy with them. She says she thinks she will be returning to the glue dots, even with Diamond Art Club paintings, she says. Her adventure arrived yesterday. She says, adventure, I think that's spell check changed. I'm guessing that's Advent because she says, thank you so much. She says, and the 1st of December will be here before we know it. Yes, if October's anything to go by, November's going to fly. She says, lastly, she says she is guessing that my paint gem will go in one of those frames in my craft room. Yes, I have a set of 3 paint gem frames that I've had for goodness knows how long. The unboxing will be up on my channel somewhere probably from at least a year ago. And yes, I have actually framed 3 of the craft sets and hung them on the wall. Go me, I love command strips. It's the only thing that makes me do something like that so quick. But yes, I have framed 3 of the Paint Gem Crafts Edition. The de-kitting is coming, I can't remember if it's this side of Christmas or after, because I'm de-kitting my chart to art first. But yeah, I have put them up in my craft room. I've also, what else have I done for the craft room finish off bits? I did get some batting from Hobbycraft. It's not quite the same stuff, but it's the same colour. There's a slight different shade in the whites, but like a smidge. But I did back my other, I think it's A2 piece of foam board with it, and that is up on my wall. So that's up and done. And also last weekend, me and hubby changed the desk over. So the drafting table has gone to an artist, actually. Budding artist has the drafting table. And I have got a desk that does sit lower down so that I can access my pens when I don't shove an easel in front of it anyway. And I have a good sort of angle for cutting fabric on it as well. So yeah, all those things have been done in the craft room, and I hung those pictures up. So the craft room is now top notch, how it's supposed to be in relation to sort of jobs and moving things about. All I need to do now is sort out my small mini Raskog. It's not called a Raskog, but I can never remember what the small one's called. But I need to sort out this mini one, and I'm going to put things like my logbook, so I've got access to my spares, my scissors, my no lines mega tray with my dryer sheets, probably my Xyron sticker maker for maybe when I need that. I want to basically put my diamond painting grab things, or at least a good variety of them. I'll probably put some glue dots in there because I'm sure I've got more than one box open. And yeah, basically kit out this cart because it sits next to my table in the craft room anyway, and then I can wheel it out when I'm filming, and I have access to all the bits I could possibly need while filming. Apart from, you know, if I forget to get a display book or something for my paint gem. But in general, I will have access to everything I potentially could need while filming. I don't even have a set of tweezers in arm's reach at the moment, which is weird for me. So yeah, I need to set up this cart for that. And actually, once I've set up that cart with stuff and possibly cleared some more shelf space, or at least a little bit of shelf space, I might go through my sewing cart again and see if there's anything I'd prefer to be on the shelf. But yeah, that's the only real thing I sort of need to do. But I know I'm probably going to make an almighty mess doing it, so I've not had the oomph to do that yet. Plus, I've just had a mini rearrange not rearrange. Yeah, I suppose I have moved a couple of things in the shop, but I have had sort of a bit more of a major clean-up of the warehouse area of the shop at the beginning of this week, and then rearranged just a couple of bits of furniture in the shop, which you'll be able to see the furniture rearrange in the vlog next week. So yeah, I feel like that's been my organised tidy up mission for this week, has been the shop. So maybe I'll get to the craft room at some point this weekend or next weekend. I'm not sure. There'll be a day that something will annoy me, possibly even when I'm filming. I won't have something here and I'll be like, right, okay, I'm doing it now. And I'll just get it done. Which is what happened with the shop. I went to try and find something in the warehouse and it was tucked under something else, and something else needed moving. I was like, right, I've had enough. And the warehouse is looking the best it's ever looked. So I will, yeah, I'm sure I will have a moment just like that. But for now, we are done with that section. The only colour I'd already placed was black. So yeah, we'll see how far I get on this before we meet up again for the next time, which will be in a couple of weeks. We'll be on the Heaven and Earth design next week. But thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll speak to you all again soon.